Hey fellow enthusiasts, if you want to know my foundational 4 for spiritual connection, then this video is for you.
Here we go.
Hey fellow enthusiasts, this is Lanham and I am on a mission to break the monotony of the mundane and the mediocre by bringing as much enthusiasm to as many businesses, ministries, marriages, and individual lives as I possibly can. Hey, if you want to have happiness, you have to have spiritual connection. Now that spiritual connection is initiated by a relationship with Jesus. When you come to know and love Jesus, that is how that spiritual connection is initiated. But what we want to look at today is how do you grow that? How do you continue that connection? And I believe there are many ways that we can look at. There's a lot of spiritual disciplines that you can look at that helps you grow in your spiritual growth and connection. But I want to look at the foundational 4. Regardless of what others you may do, these are the 4 foundational practices of spiritual connection and growth. And the first one is the Bible. If you want to grow spiritually, if you want to continue to grow in that spiritual connection with God, then you've got to read the Bible. This is God's Word for us. This is how God speaks to us primarily, is through the Bible. In the Bible, you will find direction, connection, and affection. I believe it is most accurately described as a love letter from God. Now, it's quite an extensive letter, but I believe that's what it is. It is a love letter from God. And if you want to grow spiritually, you've got to read the Bible. Second foundation, prayer. Prayer is when we talk to God. The Bible is when God talks to us. Prayer is when we talk to God. If we're going to have a conversation between us and God, the 2 ways that we do it is by reading the Bible and by praying. No relationship grows without communication. Therefore, we must read the Bible and we must pray in order for our relationship with God to grow. Now, the third foundation, fellowship with other believers. And this is best found within a church context. If you are not a part of a church, I encourage you, if you want to grow in that spiritual connection and that spiritual growth, you've got to get connected with other believers. I know we fall short in a lot of areas, and I know sometimes we get frustrated with our churches, and sometimes we just want to chuck that whole church thing and just do our own thing in our spiritual walk. I could sympathize with that. I've been there. I have had the frustrations. But I also know that Jesus established the church not because it was a good idea, but because it was a necessity for us. Even the frustrations we need because we grow through those frustrations. If you want to grow spiritually, you've got to connect with other followers of Jesus. And the best way to do that is in the church. Find yourself a healthy church, not a perfect church. You won't find a perfect church. Find yourself a healthy church and get involved. Don't just attend, get plugged in to that congregation. And the fourth and final foundational practice for spiritual connection and growth is giving. The more we give, the happier we will be. Psychologist Alfred Adler said that you can cure depression in 14 days if every day you will seek to do something good for somebody else. We become more spiritually connected the more of a giver we become, because God is the ultimate giver. He gave His only Son to die for us on the cross. You can't get more giving than that. And so the more of a giver we become, the more we connect with who God is. Those are the 4 foundational practices of spiritual connection and growth. The Bible, get into God's Word, prayer, talk to God, fellowship, get connected with other believers, and giving. Become an ultimate giver. And when you do, you will create more happiness, you will grow spiritually, and you will ultimately feed your enthusiasm. Hey guys! If you want to become a part of the fellow enthusiast community, one of the best ways to do that is to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the button below. Go ahead, do it. I know you want to do it. Do it now. Come on.